Welcome, everyone. I'm Kiana, and I'll be leading our session today. Gabrielle is our co leader, and Madison is participating as one of our group members. I want to thank each of you for being here. Just showing up is a very brave step. So, this group is called Healing After Loss, and it's created specifically for people who've experienced the deep pain of losing a spouse. Our goal in our group is to provide a safe space where you can share your grief, explore your healing, and build connection with others who truly understand that you are not alone here.
My name is Gabrielle. As Kayana said, I am going to be co-leading this group today, and I just want to acknowledge that we know grief is often an isolating experience. Many people don't know what to say or how to show up for someone who is grieving, which can make things even harder. So this group here is going to change that. And we hope that you feel that this is a safe place to feel, speak, cry, or simply be. Over time, we're going to walk through the grief process together and support each other every step of the way. All right, so with that introduction, we want to start with an icebreaker to kind of get to know our participant Madison here and do a bit of an emotional check-in. So let's begin with that. Um, Go around, we'll say your name and one word that best describes how you're feeling in this moment. There's no right or wrong answer, just be honest and exactly how you are. It could be something like tired, numb, anxious, curious, or even hopeful. So, as the therapist, we will also partake in this activity, and I will start with that. So, like I said, my name is Gabrielle, and my word for how I'm feeling right now is grateful.
I'll go next. I am Kiana, and my word today is present. I feel present.
Mhm.
Okay. My name is Madison, and my word for today would have to be um, nervous.
Mhm.
Makes sense. Thank you all for sharing. Emotions and grief, they kind of shift quickly. So it's completely normal for your feelings to change throughout the session or week to week. And we'll check in like this with one another often so we can track how we're doing together.
Yes, I totally validate that feeling, Madison, and it is so brave that you still showed up today. And just to get into a little bit of a group overview, and um, we also want to share that we are going to be using the CBT framework. CBT stands for Cognitive Behavioral Therapy. It is highly empirically researched, and over the next 8 weeks, we will be meeting weekly as a group for about 60 minutes, and this is a closed group, so no new members will be added. And our goal in that is to create consistency and build trust. Each week, we'll focus on a specific theme. These themes could be telling your story. We can learn how to manage triggers together. We can process any anger. And ultimately, we hope to help you rebuild your identity as a widow.
So, our approach for our psychotherapy group will be using cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT as our primary approach. CBT helps us explore the connections between our thoughts, our feelings, and our behaviors. So, for example, the way we think about a situation can intensify or ease the emotional impact. Throughout this journey, we'll introduce reflection tools, worksheets, and even creative journaling so you can begin identifying your personal grief patterns and coping strategies.
And just to clarify, our goal isn't to fix the grief that you feel. Grief isn't a problem to be solved, as most might think it would be. This is a process to be supported in. And we are here to hold space with you and help you gain insight and strength as you move through your grief.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So, it's important for us to go over our group guidelines and the confidentiality of our sessions. So, we take your safety and your comfort seriously. These group rules are here to protect you and everyone else emotionally. So, please take a moment to listen carefully as I go through a few of our group rules. So, the first one is what's shared in this group will stay in this group. Confidentiality is sacred.
Mhm.
The next one is speak only from your own experience and use I statements, which is important. We will do no interrupting. Everyone will have a chance to speak. You will always have the right to pass or stay silent. That's completely up to you.
Mhm.
There will be no judgment. Everyone's grief looks different. Also, we'll ask that you please silence your phones to avoid distractions during our sessions so that everyone can stay present and engaged. And also, let us know ahead of time if you need to miss a session, and then we'll make arrangements from there.
Yes. And just to add confidentiality, there are a couple exceptions to that. If you or anyone in this group mentions the intent to harm themselves or others, we will have to report that to the proper authorities, as well as any child or elder abuse that is revealed. So these boundaries in the group allow us to build trust with each other. And if you ever feel uncomfortable or triggered during a session, um, you're free to step out, journal, or just take a break. And you can let Kayana or I know if you need anything and how we can help. We are here to help you with that. So, today would be a great day as we begin to have a values agreement and we want to co-create that together. And so, we'd like to take some time to co-create our group's values agreement. This is where we define together what makes this space feel emotionally safe and supportive for you. I'll ask a few questions to guide us and we'll write down your responses. So, Madison, what do you need to feel emotionally safe in this space?
Okay, so can I have just a second to kind of brainstorm this a little bit?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
Okay, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
All right, so I think really to feel emotionally safe
Mhm.
in this group, I really need to know that what I share with you guys isn't going to be shared with anyone else.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
obviously, that we have a mutual respect, and that you guys aren't going to judge the things that I'm feeling or saying. I think the freedom to speak honestly, without being criticized or dismissed is really important in the group setting.
Mm-hmm.
Just feeling safe also means that I know I won't be pressured to share more than I'm ready to. This is going to be new for me trying to open up about this loss. This is the first time I've ever really talked to anyone about it. So just finding trust in you guys, that your ability to, you know, guide me with compassion, and so that we hold boundaries.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. So we're going to go into our next question, and that is going to be, Madison, what would make this group feel supportive for you? And you feel free to take a moment as well to gather your thoughts.
Okay, I'd like that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
Okay.
Right. I really feel the most supported when there's active listening happening, where I feel like you guys are really hearing the things that I'm saying. Um, Obviously, when the group members are empathetic, and it's comforting to know that we've all gone through something similar.
Mm-hmm.
And just presence is so important, I feel really supported when we can all validate each other's feelings, and offer kindness, and everyone can share their own unique story, and kind of connect through that versus like some sort of unspoken competition.
Yeah.
I really appreciate and feel supported when you guys made the guidelines super clear. I know exactly what to expect throughout our session, so that really helps. Um, Obviously, that we all communicate respectfully and share a commitment to growth. I think we all want to grow and work through this grief together and create a space that just feels encouraging and healing, and that we can all look forward to coming each week and kind of just feel that peace through this group.
That's really good.
Thank you for all of your input. These values will serve as a compass for our group, and if we ever feel off track, then we'll revisit these together and sort of steer our way back to the clear guidelines and values that we've established together, that we've created together.
Yes, I just echo that. And thank you for sharing, Madison. All of those things you shared to be emotionally safe and supportive, we will implement and put in our agreement, um, which will lead us into our first activity for the day. So as we said, we want to have some weekly reflection. And in CBT, journaling is a huge technique and homework that is often assigned. And so each of you, Madison, will receive a journal today to use during this 8-week journey that we have together. This is a private space for you to reflect, write, or just be. Every week, we will give you a prompt to consider, but using it is completely optional.
So let's get into our journaling prompt. This week's prompt would be, how do you hope this group will help you? What are your fears or hesitations about sharing your grief with others? You can take your time with it. You can write about it at home and bring it back next week, or you can never share it at all. It's completely up to you. It's yours. It belongs to you.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you.
I think it's a good time for you, Madison, to sort of tell us a little bit about yourself, or share your story a bit, whatever you feel comfortable, but just so that me and Gabrielle kind of know who you are, where you are, your story, just so that we can learn a little bit about you.
Okay, I'll try my best.
Okay. Yep, we're here.
Okay, as I said, my name is Madison, and I am here at this group today because my husband Marcus died a little bit over a year ago. And we were actually married for 18 years, and he was only 42 years old when he passed away. It was not expected. He wasn't sick or anything. We lived a pretty healthy life. Um, he passed away really suddenly from a heart attack, and I was actually there. We were walking our dog one day. We were in the middle of a conversation about what we were going to have for dinner, and one minute we were talking, and then the next he collapsed. And I really struggle because going through my day to day, I am just replaying that moment constantly in my mind. He was so full of life and healthy. He was a part of everything that we did, that I did. No one, our friends and family, no one saw it coming at all. We met in college, so we had been together, like I said, a really long time. So navigating life without him is really difficult. He was all I really know. He was my best friend before he became my husband. And we actually have two kids together. Our daughter is 15, and then our son just celebrated a birthday yesterday and turned 12. Since he passed away, I have been completely in survival mode, just navigating work and raising the kids alone, as well as, the housework and everything else that goes along with moving forward. I haven't been able to really process my grief because I've had to be strong for our kids. And like I said, run the house, manage literally everything, finances. But emotionally, I feel stuck. I feel for this last year, I have not made any progress at all in healing or coping with the grief. I've kind of shut out most people that we knew together just because it hurts to be around them. I don't know who I am without him or how to navigate those relationships alone. That's why I'm here. I really want to understand this grief, and then hopefully, with you guys' help, take these first couple of steps toward healing.
Thank you, Madison, for sharing all of that. We can reiterate that this is definitely a safe space. I'm grateful that you're even comfortable sharing what you've shared with us and sharing you and Marcus's story. So before we close, I would like to do one final word check-in compared to how we felt at the start. So Madison, if you feel comfortable, what's one word to describe how you're feeling now?
If I had to choose one word to describe how I feel now after this first meeting, I would definitely say hopeful. At the beginning, I really didn't know what to expect. I kind of didn't really buy into this whole thing or if it was going to help. But after this, I really feel hopeful that things are going to get better.
Well, thank you so much Madison, for your honesty, courage, and presence today. This is a sacred journey, and you've taken a powerful first step by sharing your story with us today. And next week, we will begin by with more sharing of our stories. But until then, we want to encourage you to be very gentle with yourself, and there's no right way to grieve, just your way and how it looks. And we hear you on everything that you have shared tonight, and we want to help you process all of those things.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I will let you know, Madison, to take care of yourself this week. Like Gabrielle said, be kind and gentle with yourself. Write if it feels helpful. Rest if you need to. And remember that we are in this together.
Thank you. I think I'm definitely going to try out this journal and the prompt that you gave me, and hopefully just having a place to, release some of these feelings that I'm having, and, just somewhere to put it all. And I look forward to meeting again next week and hopefully doing some more work.
Yeah, I look
Thank
forward to
you.
it too.